I'm Steve Wiggins, and this is the Groundworks Ministries podcast. Now, today we're reading from the book of the Revelation, chapter 21. Let's focus on verse 1. And then I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth had passed away, and the sea existed no longer. Well, the Bible depicts the creation story as emerging from chaos and conflict. For instance, light conquers darkness. John chapter 1, verses 1 through 5 speaks of it. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And He was with God in the beginning. All things were created through Him. And apart from Him, not one thing was created that has been created. Life was in Him, and that life, and here's our imagery, was the light of men. That light shines in the darkness, yet the darkness did not overcome it. So we see there is a struggle at creation between light and darkness, and yet it's impossible for darkness to overcome light. In biblical imagery, the sea is also allied with the darkness. So you have the darkness in the sea. Therefore, the sea had to be contained, and its power to destroy had to be limited. And this is done on the second day of creation in Genesis chapter 1. Now consider God's statement to Job. Job 38, verses 8 through 11. Job asked this question, "Who enclosed the sea behind its doors? And when it burst forth from the womb? When I made the clouds its garment, and thick darkness its blanket." You see, there's this relationship between the sea and darkness. When I determined its boundaries, you see, God is in control of it, and put its bars and its doors in place. When I declared, "You may come this far, but no further. Your proud waves stop here." You know, the sea is active in bringing about destruction and death. We see it in the flood of Noah, an event mentioned 5 times in the New Testament. But the sea is under God's control, as seen clearly in Exodus, where God's strong hand and His outstretched arm turned the Red Sea into a means of salvation, a highway for the Israelites. God also used that very same sea as a means of destruction for the Egyptians, those who were pursuing in order to destroy His people. Furthermore, Isaiah prophesied God's vindication of Israel when He defeats a great demonic sea beast in the future. Isaiah 27, verse 1, speaking of the end times, "On that day the Lord with His harsh, great, strong wind will bring judgment on Leviathan, the fleeing serpent." Leviathan, the fleeing serpent. The Leviathan, the twisting serpent. "He will slay the monster that is in the sea." Now, because the Bible speaks so much about judgment by sea, a Jewish superstition arose that claimed that evil spirits lived at the bottom of deep bodies of water. So to the average Jew, when Noah's flood receded, those eternal evil spirits that were judged in that generation by the Lord, well, because they're eternal spirits, they said, well, where are they now? They must have arrested, like dregs in a wine bottle, there in the deep of the sea. And the same was assumed for the souls of Pharaoh and his army. They must still be down there as ghosts at the bottom of the sea. And this is possibly why the disciples thought that Jesus was a ghost when He appeared to them walking on the water. They even yelled it out, "It's a ghost." It's perhaps then why the demons begged to be cast into the pigs when Jesus was on the other side of the lake, and He cast out the demons from a man, and He cast them into the pigs, and then they ran into the Sea of Galilee. You see, that action no doubt reinforced the superstition even among Jesus's disciples, that evil spirits must live at the bottom of the sea. So today's chapter indicates that in the new heaven and the new earth, just as there is no darkness for light to compete with, neither do such waters of judgment exist. It's not like there's not water. There's just not the water of judgment anymore. He says, therefore, there is no sea. The point is that both creation, the Creator, and mankind will again be at peace with each other and they will be in harmony with the Lord. And that's what we're all going for. You have a choice, by the way, as to where you spend eternity. And the Bible says that all who come to God through Jesus, that he will by no means cast them out. So come now while there's still time. If you'd like to know more about the gospel, you can find a very clear explanation of it at our website, groundworksministries.com. I'm Steve Wiggins, and this is the Groundworks Ministries podcast. Now, Groundworks Ministries operates entirely through financial donations from faithful people like you. And yes, we need your monthly support. Donating is secure and it's easy at our website, groundworksministries.com. You know another way to help? Tell people about Groundworks Ministries. Share these podcasts with friends and family and on your social media. And of course, you can always direct folks to our website, groundworksministries.com.